Gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you here this evening to celebrate the official induction of Dr. Rezwan Razack into the IBNS Society's Hall of Fame. Before we move forward, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the presence of a very special guest with us this evening, Mr. R. Gurumurthy, former Regional Director of the Reserve Bank of India, Bangalore. We have some flowers for you. It's truly an honor to have you with us tonight. Your presence adds a great significance to the celebration, and we thank you for joining us on this memorable occasion. Moving forward, Dr. Rezwan Razack's journey has been nothing short of inspiring, and tonight we are here together in admiration to celebrate the man whose passion, dedication, and vision have elevated Indian paper money to a place of global prominence. I would now like to share an outline about the Indian International Banknote Society, or the IBNS, the organization behind Dr. Razack's recognition. Founded in 1961, the IBNS is a global community of collectors and enthusiasts of banknotes. What began as a small group of individuals with a passion for paper money has now grown into a worldwide organization dedicated to promoting knowledge on all matters in the fascinating world of banknotes worldwide. Currently, the IBNS has over 2,000 members in more than 90 countries. Now, to give us a deeper insight into the significance of the IBNS Hall of Fame and the remarkable individuals who are honored there, it is my pleasure to invite a distinguished collector of banknotes, Mr. Suresh N.R., to the stage. He is someone who truly understands the passion and dedication that this field demands. Welcome, Mr. Suresh.
Thank you, Rekha. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be present here. I just want to give some background. When Mr. Rezwan was inducted into Hall of Fame, and he planned to organize this get-together for all of us, I happened to call him and I said, "Sir, you have been honored with so many awards. What is so special about this Hall of Fame?" He did not answer me. He said, "Why don't you do a research and come back and let me know why this is so important?" So I tried to get details from him. He said, "No, I'm not going to give you. You find out the details." And that is how I ended up doing some bit of research on this. And he said, "If you have this question, I'm sure a lot of people in the auditorium will have the question. Why don't you, whatever research you have done, you present it to the audience?" So that is how I landed up in this position. So whatever notes I have made, I just read it out for all of you. The IBNS Hall of Fame honor is a prestigious recognition bestowed by the International Banknote Society to honor individuals who have made exceptionally significant and lasting contributions to the field of numismatics, especially concerning paper money and banknotes. The Hall of Fame was established by the IBNS board in 2010 to acknowledge and celebrate pioneering efforts of individuals who helped lay the foundation for the study and collection of world paper money. It aims to foster a deeper appreciation for the historical development of paper money collecting worldwide. Inductees are recognized for their diverse contributions, such as many early inductees who were crucial to the establishment and growth of the society were recognized for their instrumental role in the formation of the society, IBNS society. Authors of influential numismatic books, catalogs, and numerous articles that educated fellow collectors and advanced the understanding of banknotes were recognized for their efforts in spreading the knowledge worldwide. Individuals who helped create the framework that supports the hobby, facilitating meetings, trade, and research among collectors were honored for their developmental efforts. People who have dedicated extensive time and effort towards researching and building a collection of particular specialities of paper money were awarded for their contributions to academic and historical understanding. Individuals who actively promoted the hobby for inviting new members to cultivate an interest in the banknote collecting were commended too. I think all of these points hold good to Mr. Rezwan Razack. It's not one of them. Usually when people do one of these things, they are inducted into Hall of Fame. Here, whatever points I kind of gathered and I read out, I think everything applies to him. Nomination and selection process, I'll just mention a few points on that. It's a confidential ballot among IBNS committee members. Induction commands a strong agreement among the committee members, making it a highly selective award. There is no annual mandate, and there isn't a necessity. There should be an inductee every year. So if the committee does not find a suitable candidate who meets the distinguished criteria, no one is inducted in that year, thereby emphasizing the high bar for entry that the recognition demands. Sir, now I understand why this get-together. Through specific selection benchmarks for this honors are not publicly detailed in exhaustive terms, the nature of earlier inductees indicates focus on their contribution, namely prolonged years of work in widespread influence and impact, comprehensive research, unique insights, active involvement in IBNS purpose and operations. The inaugural selection of inductees in 2010 included foundational personalities in the world paper money collecting like Dr. Albert Pick, known for the standard catalog of world paper money. I think this kind of gives us a brief on what is this Hall of Fame and how difficult is it to get. And I think none other than Dr. Rezwan is most deserving for this award from India. Thank you, sir. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh, for that insightful overview. Your words have certainly deepened our understanding of the IBNS Hall of Fame and the brilliant legacy it represents. As we now turn our attention to the main reason for today's celebration, Dr. Rezwan Razack's well-deserved induction into the IBNS Hall of Fame, it is a pleasure to share with you a glimpse of the life and achievements of a man who has truly left an indelible mark on the world of numismatics. Dr. Rezwan Razack is the co-founder and managing director of Prestige Group, one of India's leading real estate developers. With more than 40 years of experience, he has successfully overseen the completion of over 300 landmark projects across India, spanning residential, commercial, retail, leisure, and hospitality spaces. His leadership in construction and engineering have been crucial to the group's success. Regarding his personal interests, Dr. Rezwan Razack began collecting banknotes as a childhood hobby. Over the past 6 decades, he has built a specialized collection featuring one note from each variety of Indian paper money currency issued from inception to the present day. Today, this stands as the most comprehensive collection of its kind in the world and is proudly displayed at his renowned Museum of Indian Paper Money. Dr. Rezwan Razack has contributed to several publications, beginning as a co-author of the Revised Standard Reference Guide to Indian Paper Money, published in 2012. This book is currently regarded as the most reliable global reference on Indian paper money. In 2017, he authored the book 1 Rupee 100 Years, 1917 to 2017, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the issuance of the 1 rupee notes in India. He is currently completing a book on paper money of Hyderabad, which is set to be released soon. Subsequently, a volume on banknotes of French India and Portuguese India will be published. Dr. Rezwan Razack headed the establishment of the India chapter of IBNS in 2010 and currently serves as its chairman. He is actively engaged with numismatic communities and encourages emerging collectors. He contributes articles regularly for numismatic publications across the world. Over the years, his consistent involvement and significant contributions have earned him numerous honors and awards from various organizations, including multiple Lifetime Achievement Awards. In recognition of his outstanding work in the study of paper money, G.D. Goenka University awarded him an honorary PhD. We will now see these highlights through a few video and photo presentations.
This journey goes way back 50 years when I was given the key to a safe. Those days, the money was never banked. It was always rolled up in a cloth bag and asked to be placed there. But as children, you explore what's inside. You start finding things. And what came out, to my surprise, were some notes which had Reserve Bank of India on it. And the note said, Pakistan notes, payment refused. So I did ask my granddad, what is this and why is it Pakistan? All he did was abuse. Because somebody gave him this money and then when he went to bank it, they said this money belonged to Pakistan and he refused. This did not stop there. And one day while my uncle was sitting on his desk, he pulled out a few old banknotes. And when I saw them, my eyes lit up. And I asked him, if you don't mind, can you part with these? So he gave it to me. Once he gave it to me, now it was a starter kit. And in that, there was a 2.5 rupees or 2 rupees 8 annas note. And that denomination fascinated me. So the collection became a hobby and I started trying to find out how to get more of these notes. What was a hobby became a passion and passion became an obsession. And the excitement has come because, the 50 years that I put into this hobby, the knowledge that I gained, the more you come to know, the more excitement it is. And it's not a single day, maybe in the last 20 years where I haven't spent 2 or 3 hours doing research. Now when the collection reached to a point where it is so huge and so intense, I wanted to start a museum. See, money is an aspect of life which is very important to all. When you're in the museum, what you will see is that how money has transformed or grown from where it started to where it is today. And it teaches you the transformation of how the country has progressed, and it takes you through the different regions of the country where people will learn that, this is an aspect that has brought people together. The plan to make a museum was never there. That thought got seeded sometime in the year 2010 or 2011. This is a heritage for the country. It is a gift to the nation. It is something that, the children and everyone else will come to learn about our culture, about our heritage, and they'll be proud when they go back that, such a thing exists. The museum has some spectacular artifacts which will amaze even a child or a person who's just a visitor to the site. To an ardent collector, it's very different because, he's not even seen it. He's probably seen an image. He's not physically seen something at a distance. I'm very excited about the artifacts that are there in the museum. I have something called the Star of India, There was a medal given by the British to the royalty. That Star of India is used as a watermark in the first portrait series. There was also things like the earliest known banknote, which is dated 5th September 1812. You can see that note. There are few notes of very high denomination. We had 10,000 rupee notes way back in the 1800s. Every note tells a story. There is a vignette or a motif which shows how the country has moved in time. Also, it's very important to say that, whether we are in Kashmir or whether you are in Kanyakumari, the common factor is not the language, it is the note.
Rezwan Razack, born in Bangalore, Karnataka, India, is an alumni of the prestigious St. Joseph's College of Commerce. He is the co-founder and managing director of the Prestige Group, one of India's leading property developers. Rezwan is also an enthusiastic collector of Indian paper money.
This journey goes way back 50 years when I was given the key to a safe. Those days the money was never banked. It was always rolled up in a cloth bag and asked to be placed there. But as children, you explore what's inside. You start finding things. And what came out, to my surprise, were some notes which had Reserve Bank of India on it. And the note said, Pakistan notes, payment refused.
His passion for paper money and related collectibles had led to the creation of a remarkable museum for Indian paper money.
When you're in the museum, what you will see is that how money has transformed or grown from where it started to where it is today.
With exhaustive scholarly research and study, Rezwan co-authored the revised Standard Reference Guide to Indian Paper Money in 2012. In 2017, he authored another book, 1 Rupee, 100 Years. He has been awarded the 2010 Achievement Award by the International Banknote Society for his significant contribution to the advancement of numismatic knowledge. In recognition of Rezwan Razack's commendable contributions in the field of urban space development and the study of evolution of paper currency in India, his extraordinary passion and invaluable contribution to the advancement of numismatic knowledge, and his unconditional service to humanity, G.D. Goenka University takes utmost pride in awarding Mr. Rezwan Razack with the degree of Doctor of Philosophy honoris causa on Tuesday, the 23rd of November, 2021.
I also thank G.D. Goenka University first for honoring me and conferring me this honor of doctorate and the specialty being numismatics. And second is agreeing to have a science lab dedicated called Rezwan Razack Numismatic Center for research, because there is still so much to learn, so much to understand, so much to find out. And money being a subject that is, is very valuable to all.
Is a remarkable legacy captured so beautifully. Let's have a round of applause for Dr. Rezwan Razack. After this preview on Dr. Rezwan Razack's outstanding journey and contributions, we now turn to a more personal insight shared by his close friend, Mr. Ramji Chandran, who is an accomplished author, historian, journalist, and editor of Explosity, a publication that has captured the identity of Bangalore for many years. I am now delighted to invite Mr. Ramji Chandran to address us. We extend a warm welcome to you, sir.
Thanks, Rekha. When Rezwan asked me to speak today, I was extremely honored. I was also extremely daunted because there's so much that has been said about Rezwan publicly that I found myself without something to say in particular. So I decided that the best thing that I can do is to actually approach Rezwan from the standpoint of how I have known him for decades, and importantly, as something of a Bangalore historian myself, how Rezwan connects with our city. Because after all, at the end of the day, that's what spawned us and that's what brought us to being. Now, any one of us who are old Bangaloreans who have been familiar with the Prestige Group in some form or fashion have known them for decades. For instance, we probably got our clothes tailored in the Prestige store on Commercial Street, or we bought an apartment from them, or like me, all of the above, right, over the years. But what connects us in all these different ways is that we are old Bangaloreans first. What does that mean? Because what I'm really going to do is to expound a little bit on what an old Bangalorean stands for and why that cuts to the character of Rezwan, the person that I know as a human being, despite all his achievements. And what defines him? What defines him in that sense? Now, very often people ask, what's an old Bangalorean? Who's an old Bangalorean? We who have been living in Bangalore for a very long time, maybe you can define us as people who grew up here in the 70s or had parents that did even earlier. But the important thing is that what defined us was a sense of identity that's a little hard to define in terms of what built us, what we thought was important, how we shaped our thoughts and our lives, and what we thought was an achievement. So here are a few throwaways as to what an old Bangalorean is all about. For one thing, we've always been an egalitarian people. We've never thought ourselves to be better than anyone else. We've just tried to be better than everyone else. That's one way of defining it. Number two is we're inclusive. I don't think at any point in time that I grew up in this city, I saw myself from the standpoint of either my ethnicity or my language or my background. I was just a Bangalorean like everybody else. And when I met another person, it was like, hey, how interesting are you? And what can we do together? And that's all there was to it. And when I say all these things, please bear in mind that I am talking about Rezwan over here at all points in time. Now, we've been allergic, extremely allergic to any sort of flashiness. We eschew that. We don't like people who do flashy. We don't like to do that. And there's a friend of mine, he describes himself as a hardcore Delhi Punjabi. And he told me, he says, you know what the difference is between us and you Bangaloreans? Is that you guys will wear your Rolex watch under your shirt sleeve. Now that kind of does it. So what does that mean? That means that we are people, we will take great trouble to argue about the price of filter coffee. No matter what we can afford. We will argue about filter coffee. But not once will we ever boast about the, forgive this, price of real estate. Right? Now, brings us to the definition of what happens to a person like Rezwan who, despite all his achievements, and all his achievements can be listed, but if you notice about one thing, there is one thing that he will not talk about, and that is about himself. So I take it upon myself, Rezwan, to talk about you. That's what I would like to do today. So let me run through a couple of touch points over here. I don't want to take up too much time. Number one is we all know him to be a collector. We all know him as the collector of rupees. But in an article that we did about him, we defined him as a completist. Now the difference between a collector and a completist is a collector will run around collecting whatever he can collect in the subject of his choice. It could be weaponry, one day it could be anything else. It doesn't really matter. But a completist is one who will collect everything that is possible to collect in that particular discipline and cannot go to sleep because out there is a rupee note where a sloppy compositor put the zero upside down or the decimal is slightly shifted. So that will keep Rezwan awake thinking, where the hell can I get my hands on that one note? And eventually he will get it. And that's what defines a completist. Now, his book, you saw the book over there. I've spoken to different people from the discipline, numismatics and others, because it is my job as when I'm pursuing the history of Bangalore right now, so I get to speak to people. And they tell me that that book has very quickly become the Bible. They call it the Rupee Bible. Now, in this very building is a wonderful museum. It's come to be called the Rupee Museum. That's what everyone knows it as. Everyone knows it. And most of us have visited it, and those of us who haven't visited it ought to have visited it by now or will soon. And it's a basic joy to go in there and connect with how Rezwan described it, saying that from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, the one thing that connects all of us is currency. It's the rupee. Because the rupee is not just a piece of paper that's an exchange, a transaction. It's something that's visceral, that basically connects us with ourselves, with our society. Now, that's what the Rupee Museum does. A museum as we know it. We should not look at a museum as if it's some lonely archive out there. It is not. It is actually a shared space, a collective consciousness. And it doesn't matter whether you're in there by yourself or you're in there with, 100 screaming school kids who have come there to see it at the same time as you are. It doesn't really matter if you're there and your best friend has visited it maybe 1 year ago. You share that collective consciousness. And that's what drives a museum. Now, effectively, building this museum was not possible unless it was the product of a lifetime of achievement. And therefore, it is no small measure of recognition as the reason we're here today is because that lifetime of work was recognized by the IBNS and got him into the Hall of Fame. Another round of applause for that reason. Now, when Rezwan took his passion, spent all the time, the effort, and not the least the money to be able to build a museum like he did, to spend the scholarship that he did, to be able to bring out the books that he did and work on other variations of the books that are coming out in course of time, is to take his personal passion and to bring it into public memory. And that is what collectors do, that is what completists do, that is what historians do, and that is the reason why a museum of history is not just a museum. It's something that has been brought into the collective consciousness of the city of Bangalore. And what drives a person to do something of that nature is basically a love for the city and an understanding that no matter what be his commercial successes, he has not lost sight of the fact that at heart he is a Bangalorean. And that's what comes to being. I ought to know this. Many of you might know that I'm pursuing the history of Bangalore. I have a podcast, I have an Instagram page, and 1 year ago, something that I do that was not possible to do without patronage. It is not an effort that one can do just by slapping things together, and God knows there are too many who do that, but I wanted to do it right. So I thought to myself, I said, listen, I've got to get someone who's going to be able to patronize me to be able to do this. One name came to mind, the only person I spoke to on the subject, and that was Rezwan. There's nobody else I had thought of. I know a great many people. I didn't go to anyone else. I just went straight to Rezwan. I said, Rezwan, I've got this project. It's called The History of Bangalore. We don't know anything about the history of Bangalore. There are no books on the history of Bangalore. Surprising though it is one of the most spoken about cities, there is no scholarly history of Bangalore. I'd like to take a shot at it. Response, okay, boss. That's it. And that's all. And since then, in the last 1 year, I have not got a single demand from the Prestige Group or Rezwan as to what I should do with my scholarship, what I should do, which direction I should go, what direction I should take. No interference, no demand, no ask. If there's anything that I wanted to do is something that I've done for myself. And therefore, this is my public expression of gratitude to a man who has helped me with that scholarship, and I'd like you to join me. The result, in 1 year, more than 100,000 followers, and Apple Podcast declared us to be the number 2 history podcast, right after William Drimple's podcast. The number 1 is William Drimple, and I texted William and I said, hey, William, I'm number 2, so I'm going to try harder, like Avis cars. So, the rupee, the Arthashastra mentioned it, and there's a lot of controversy as to how old it is. There's a copy in the museum in Mysore, should someone want to take a look. Somewhere in the BCs, that much everyone knows about. It's been mentioned in Sanskrit literature over the years. The etymology of the word comes from rupa, which means likeness, because that was what was stamped on a coin. That's what came about. And Sher Shah Suri was the first one who actually issued it as a currency. It's pretty much lost to history until the Brits came over and set it in place. And ever since they did that, the one man who was persecuted from every possible variation of that rupee, and we're standing here in the presence of the guy who has done that, is no easy feat, and that is the completist Rezwan Razack. Anyway, Rezwan, to close, this is my public thanks and a public tribute. This is the best way that I know I could do it from the standpoint of a historian that also connects with the city. And I do know from knowing you personally from the earliest possible days when I was in college, and one of my classmates is over here, Javed. And from that point until right now, there's one thing that you've done in terms of all the currency that you've done. The one thing that has not changed, everyone forgive the pun, is the currency of your character. For that I thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ramji, for sharing your outlook on Dr. Razack. It is now my privilege to introduce you to our distinguished guest, and stalwart from the RBI, Mr. R. Gurumurthy. He is a veteran banker with an illustrious career spanning over 3 decades at the RBI. Over the years, he has held various prominent positions, including that of the Regional Director for Karnataka and Principal Chief General Manager at the RBI. His contributions to key areas such as financial stability, foreign exchange reserves management, and government debt management have been invaluable. He also brings with him a wealth of international experience, having engaged deeply with global financial frameworks. Mr. Gurumurthy holds a master's degree in global central banking and financial regulation from the prestigious Warwick Business School and is a former student of the Wharton School. Beyond his regulatory and policy expertise, he is a thought leader who regularly shares his insights through articles in the Economic Times and Basis Point Insights. Given your distinguished career and extensive experience, we are all eager to hear your thoughts and perspectives. May I now request you, sir, to kindly come forward and address the gathering.
Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What to say? A scholarly work here, and we have just listened to a scholarly talk. And a couple of years ago, while I was in Reserve Bank of India, Bangalore, I was invited for the annual function called, Nanya Darshini, where I was supposed to felicitate Dr. Rezwan. So he took me to the side, saying that people are not interested in speeches here. Just keep it very brief. So I remember it. I'll try my best to keep it as brief as possible. It's my great honor and privilege to stand before you today to celebrate an extraordinary individual. That's Dr. Rezwan Razack. I'll keep it. While many know him as one of the leading lights in the Indian real estate industry, a visionary businessman with an eye for detail and a legacy of excellence, we are here today to recognize a different yet equally remarkable side of him, his lifelong passion for numismatics and his unmatched contribution to the world of currency and banknote collection. We haven't met quite often, but whenever I have to meet him or he comes to my office, I feel happy as well as tensed. Because he comes with a lot of puzzles actually, He knows much more than what we people in Reserve Bank of India know. He tries to test us. Even today, it happened actually. When I came here, he did a couple of, jugglery. Of course, I carefully avoided. In a time when many collect for value, Dr. Razack collects for history, for stories, for heritage. His dedication has not only preserved rare pieces of our monetary past, but through them to the public in a way never seen before in India. In fact, I tell my colleagues in Reserve Bank of India that we do have a museum. A small one in Bombay, a bigger one in Kolkata, but nothing like this. I don't know, sir, whether it's a secret, whether I can, utter it. You once told me, the first time I visited your museum, that it's only 15 to 20% of your collection. So I'd appreciate, and God bless you, that if you can exhibit the entire 100%, the world will benefit. Because, the current generation, the next generation will not know what a paper currency is. So what he has created through the creation of Rezwan Razack's Museum of Indian Paper Money in Bangalore is par excellence. A one-of-its-kind institution in the country, it reflects his belief that knowledge, like currency, gains value when it circulates. That's my request. And today, that passion and perseverance are being recognized at the highest level. The International Banknote Society has inducted Dr. Rezwan Razack into its prestigious Hall of Fame, a rare honor richly deserved, sir. On behalf of all of us, and with great pride, I present to you, later possibly, the certificate, a small token of a very big achievement. Congratulations, sir. You have not just collected history, you have made it. Thank you so much.
Our sincere thanks to you, Mr. Gurumurthy, for your speech. We are truly grateful for your support on this special occasion. Now, as we continue to celebrate Dr. Rezwan Razack, let me take a moment to highlight all prestigious awards he has received from the IBNS until now. Over the years, reflect his dedication, expertise, and passion towards the advancement of numismatics. In 2010, he won the Achievement Award for significant contribution to advancement of numismatic knowledge for his journal article on banknotes of Portuguese India. In 2012, the Literary Achievement Fred Philipson Award Honorable Mention for the IBNS journal article on 100 rupees portrait notes of King George VI. To explain the Fred Award, Fred Philipson was with the IBNS in the early days and was the first IBNS director for life. He was often regarded as the father of English paper money collecting. He is honored each year with the presentation of an award that bears his name. Mr. Razack was presented with one more Literary Achievement Award in 2012, Book of the Year, 3rd place, for the Revised Standard Reference Guide to Indian Paper Money. In 2012, he won the Literary Achievement Award, Book of the Year, 3rd place, for his book 1 Rupee 100 Years. In 2018, he won the Literary Achievement Fred Philipson Award, 3rd place, for his journal article on Bank National Ultramarino 1906 banknotes of Portuguese India in Goa. In 2019, the Literary Achievement Fred Philipson Award, 3rd place, was presented to him for his journal article on portrait notes of Queen Victoria for India. In 2021, the IBNS announced a certificate of appreciation for joining an online education program to share knowledge with other members on the history of paper money in India. In 2021, he was also awarded the IBNS 60th Anniversary Gold Medal that recognized his hard work and valued support to the society. And in 2025, his induction into the IBNS Hall of Fame. I now invite our esteemed guest, Mr. Gurumurthy, to come forward to unveil and present the Hall of Fame Award to Dr. Rezwan Razack. This award the Hall of Fame certificate, an award letter, and a lapel pin. This is today's celebration, the crowning recognition of Dr. Rezwan Razack's marvelous journey. A truly historic achievement, making him the very first in Asia to receive this highest honor in the 65-year history of the international. For all of us, as it places India prominently on the global numismatic map. Let us give a massive round of applause to Dr. Rezwan Razack for this incredible achievement and the legacy he continues to build. Thank you, Mr. Gurumurthy, for presenting the award. And congratulations to Dr. Razack. This award is a true reflection of your invaluable contributions and extraordinary dedication to the hobby. It's now my pleasure to invite Mr. Rajendra Maru from Marudhar Arts to the stage. Mr. Maru will proceed with a symbolic presentation of the prestigious IBNS 60th Anniversary Gold Medal awarded by the Society in recognition of Dr. Razack's priceless contributions to the world of numismatics.
Thank you, Rekha Madam. Good evening to all. Suresh ji just asked what is Hall of Fame? And Rezwan sir told that you read something and come to me. I think so. Still he hasn't read and he doesn't know what is Hall of Fame. Anybody watch that Mahabharata of B.R. Chopra? In that, before the war, the Arjun was sleeping, Lord Krishna was sleeping, and both the side, one side Duryodhan was there, and one side Arjun was there. Then Duryodhan asked to Lord Krishna, what you want? Then he told, okay, I want your army. Then he asked to Arjun, what you want? That he told, okay, I'll take to you. So, as per me, if you want, or if you ask, these many awards, any gold award or lifetime achievement, many other one, they 100. More than that important is Hall of Fame. Why? Because this Hall of Fame is only award which any institution is making in the two. All other award, all institution, whether they may be in the collective field or the other one, they are making one. And they're keeping the record in their books or the database, and they felicitate and honor and celebration this happen. But only Hall of Fame is there, which they are making the two. One they giving to the awardee, and one they are framing in their wall. That is a award. That award is a Hall of Fame. Means if IBNS till date, they may be they felicitate 100 or 1,000 different categories, they maybe have to check their archive records. But if they want to check how many Hall of Fame they awarded, they just have to do like this. Oh, these many only. This is a Hall of Fame. And I feel my proud self, I feel proud myself that I'm here and I'm talking about Hall of the Fame. As the Suresh read before, the Hall of Fame is not a yearly award. This is a once in a recognition, it called a once in a blue moon. So in the same continuation, once we come to know that he gave us, I took a charge of Carnatic Numismatic Society from 2022. This was in my just going in mind to whom we have to felicitate. Till date, we haven't found anyone to my Carnatic Numismatic Society has to felicitate anyone is in Hall of Fame. But now our society found the first Indian to whom for we created, we generated, we initiated one Hall of Fame, and which is we are going to felicitate tomorrow to Dr. Rezwan Razack. Of course, he is the first Asian who awarded by International Banknote Society as Hall of Fame, but he will be also first Indian who will be felicited by the generated first Hall of Fame award tomorrow in our society. Other thing, if you talk about his collection, everybody want to have the best one. But every collector is having a limitation. Either that limitation of the time or limitation of economy. Every collector is having the passion to get. But somewhere the economy is holding. God bless him like anything. If we talk somewhere in our study and our syllabus, we read that Satyug, Dwapar Yug, Treta Yug, something. I'm very much sure after 200 years, 300 years, people will talk. There was a Yug and paper money collection, Dr. Rezwan Razack Yug. Because whatever we are seeing, whatever we are facing, we are looking, this is impossible to see. Imagination, come to know if Dr. Rezwan Razack collection is not there. Because common collector, they just buying. And most of them, they are trading, they keep and enjoy and they sell it. But I can say guarantee, with very confidence I can say, as I am the numismatist, I am the world traveler, the kind of the museum he made in the earth, this is only in the earth who is telling after me, the collector who can't buy, who can't see, who can't imagine, who can't know, they come and they see my museum, what I got for you. If he would have to be fascinated too, then he have to keep it home. He has to keep in the album. No. But he displayed everything and they given to the museum. People can come, anybody can come and see. Which things is beyond to see the imagination. Just to see in the Google or in the books. He kept in the live. Anybody can come and see. That only can be in this earth, Dr. Rezwan Razack. We are happy, and I myself, I'm proudfully I'm here, that we are in the era of the Dr. Rezwan Razack. I am seeing the note. We all are the seeing note, which is next to impossible imagination. What is having impressions, imaginations. Many collectors, they may be getting the note, how it's coming out. But he is displaying, he is showing, he is happy to share that where the draftsman, craftsman get the imagination from first step to 100th step, how many note is coming. That he is showing only. And that is showing, and this is making me as a big dealer with the common heart. He is showing everyone. And he never looks that he's a standard like my standard or other standard like that. He never feel any common man who collect the notes, he can go his museum. He can see. He can take the time. He teach. Somebody, his classmate told in before some time outside that he was our tutor. In our childhood days, he was teaching. I told his profession is still same. But his students are changed. His students are intelligent students, but still they are learning what they want to learn in the paper money. Thank you very much, Rekhaji. And my heartiest congratulations to you, sir. I know the meaning, what is the Hall of Fame. Maybe this is my dream to get it, but I'm sure I may not get in this birth, but I'll take the next birth to get the Hall of Fame. This is a prestigious award, very prestigious award. Congratulations, sir.
No. The 60th anniversary gold medal that you are presenting, Mr. Rezwan.
Second on.
Yes. This gold medal symbolizes your fabulous achievements, it also represents the respect and admiration of the entire numismatic community worldwide. Let's have another round of applause to celebrate this. Thank you, Mr. Maru, for the elegant presentation. And now the moment we've all been eagerly waiting for. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Rezwan Razack to share a few words.
Good evening, everyone. We have put together something that I wanted to say because I didn't want to do it extempo. So I wrote it down. Once again, good evening, and I'm so happy to see all of you here. My fellow enthusiasts, my friends, my classmates, my family, I have to admit, standing here tonight, I'm feeling a whirlwind of emotions. To be inducted into the Hall of Fame by the International Banknote Society is just not a fancy title or a personal achievement. No, it's something far more profound. This recognition isn't just about me. It feels like a culmination of a lifelong obsession. A shared adventure with so many of you who truly get it. Honestly, it means more to me than words can ever truly capture. The spark of a lifelong passion, my journey into the captivating world of Indian paper money didn't start in a dusty archive or a university lecture hall. Believe it or not, it began with the simple, wide-eyed wonder of a child. I was just a kid, utterly fascinated by these vibrant colors, the intricate designs, the mysterious signatures, and most of all, the whispered stories hidden within those thin sheets of paper. Each banknote wasn't just money. It was a tiny canvas of history, a portrait of different time. Over the years, that initial curiosity slowly, almost imperceptibly, transformed into something such a bigger mission to preserve, to meticulously document, and ultimately to share India's incredibly rich and layered currency history with the entire world. It became a passion project, my quiet pursuit, filling up gap one note at a time. When I first set out to create the revised standard reference guide to Indian paper money, I honestly had no idea the impact it would have. We weren't choosing accolades or aiming for a bestseller. We simply saw a glaring gap, a need for a single comprehensive reference point that was rigorous, truly inclusive, and deeply undeniable, rooted in historical authenticity. We wanted to give fellow collectors, diligent researchers, and passionate enthusiasts a tool they could trust, a companion for their own journeys. And then one thing led to another. The first book paved way for the 1 rupee 100 years in 2017. I still remember the thrill when Mr. Shaktikanta Das, who was the then governor of Reserve Bank of India, gracefully launched the book. But my real highlight, the true capstone of my obsessive habit of collecting Indian paper money, has to be the Rezwan Razack's Museum of Indian Paper Money. To see it come to life and to have Dr. C. Rangarajan, the former governor of RBI, inaugurate it, well, that was a moment that truly felt surreal. It was a dream realized, a space where these historical treasures could finally be admired and studied by all. The honor belongs to us all. But tonight's honor, as deeply personal as it feels, isn't mine alone. Not a long shot. It belongs to every single numismatist, but out there, every dedicated historian, every patient librarian, every meticulous researcher, and yes, every passionate collector who kept this subject alive through times when, let's be honest, few cared. You are the torchbearers, the quiet guardians of this fascinating field. It belongs without a doubt to my incredible family. They have patiently supported me through the countless hours of research, through endless travels, and through all my crazy banknote-related endeavors. The understanding and encouragement have been my bedrock, and it obviously belongs to vital institutions like the IBNS. You continue to champion the values of banknotes, not just as a means of exchange, but as profound carriers of history, intricate expressions of identity, and vibrant reflections of culture. Thank you for your unwavering dedication. A truly special thank goes to you, Rekha, for who orchestrated this beautiful evening with such grace and precision. And to each and every one of you who have taken time out of your busy lives to be here tonight, your presence genuinely means the world to me. A dedication to my homeland. Finally, I want to dedicate this incredible honor to my country, India. India's paper money tells a story like no other. It's a sweeping saga of empires rising and falling, of republics being forged, of majestic monarchs and quiet strengths of Mahatma Gandhi, of hard-won fight for independence and the relentless spirit of innovation. To be a custodian of even a small part of the extraordinary legacy is a privilege I hold incredibly dear. It is a story I believe deserves to be told, understood, and cherished by generations to come. So let this evening not be a conclusion, but rather a vibrant invitation, an invitation to all of us to continue exploring, to keep collecting, to diligently preserve and joyfully celebrate the unparalleled art and rich history etched into every banknote. Thank you all. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And now let's enjoy this wonderful evening together. Thank you again.
Thank you very much, sir, for your heartfelt and inspiring words. At this special moment, I would like to invite onto stage the esteemed members of Dr. Rezwan Razack's family, Mrs. Almas Rezwan, Mr. Noman Razack, Mrs. Anjum Jung, Mrs. Samira, Mrs. Amulya Zaid, Ayan, Aaron, and along with our distinguished guests, Mr. Gurumurthy, Mr. Ramji, and Mr. Rajendra Maru, and Mr. Suresh for a brief photo session to capture this memorable occasion. Aiden, please come. Mrs. Smith. Yeah. Mrs. Arifa Jafar, Mr. Maqsood, Mrs. Maqsood, please come. What is that? No. I don't know. That. Oh. Do you want to switch it off? Okay, put the other picture. He wants the other photo. Hold it. It's okay. Please remain on stage for the ceremonial cake cutting.
Sam, come. Eden, just come. Come on, man. Take it. Take it off.
Sir, please come in the center, sir.
Please come to you.
Ma'am? One second, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Few of our guests have requested to honor. Firstly, it's Mr. Dinesh Agarwal from Hyderabad. now Mr. Vikesh Jain from Bangalore, who has brought an exclusive present for Dr. Rezwan Razack.
Hello, good evening, everyone. This is a total, Rizwan sir, total 100 years date of birth currency notes. All date. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for being a part of this celebration. Your presence has made this occasion meaningful and memorable. We invite you to visit the Paper Money Museum during visiting hours to explore the captivating world of Indian paper money through the fascinating artifacts on display there. All are requested to join the celebration dinner at the Falcon Cafe that's outside this auditorium. You will be guided to your dinner venue, and we hope you enjoy the meal and continue to share the joy of this memorable evening. Thank you once again, and good night.
Congratulations, 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 congratulations. The journey's long, but you have won. Your brightest days have just begun. With every step you made it through, the world now celebrates with you. Congratulations, here you stand. Success is shining in your hand. Your hard work's brought the sweetest hue. The sky is brighter thanks to you. Congratulations. 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 The road was tough, but you stayed strong. Through every challenge you belong. Achievement flows like morning light. Your future sparkles oh so bright. Congratulations, 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 congratulations. The road was tough, but you stayed strong. Through every challenge you belong. Achievement flows like morning light. Your future sparkles oh so bright. Congratulations.
Sir, bani sir. Bani sir. Illodi sir. Eli sir, no bro. Come sir.
ಸರ್ ಅದು ಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್ ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ
ಯಾಕ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್.
ನೀವು ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಂಗೆ ನಾನು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್.
ನೀನು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ ನೀರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೊಡಿತದೆ ನನಗೂ. ನಿಮ್ದೇನಿದೆ? ನಾನು 160 ಫೋಟೋ ಫೋಟೋ ಸರ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್. ಟರ್ನ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್ ಥರ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Can I request all Karnataka Numismatic Society members to come on stage? We will take a photograph with Dr. Rezwan. All KNS members, can you just...
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All KNS members, please come on to stage. We will take a photograph.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನ ಬನ್ನಿ ಸರ್. ಸೂಪರ್ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್? ಸರ್ ಯಾರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸೂಪರ್. ಎಸ್ ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ರು ಸರ್ ಯಾರು ಹೆಂಗಾಗಿರೋ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಸೂಪರ್. ಓಕೆ everybody out? Everyone 1 second, one more.
ವೇಟ್ ಸರ್ ಹಾಗೆ ಇರಲಿ.
One more. 1 second. Again.
Wait. Sir, ready? Okay, sir, smile. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
The Bombay Dealers and Collectors Association globally On stage for a photograph session with Mr. Rezwan.
बस यस सर यस Okay, ready, smile. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.